Hey guys, what's up? Jimmy here with another Lots Games video. Today I'm going to be reviewing for you guys Skylanders SuperChargers on the PlayStation 4. Now Skylanders SuperChargers is actually available for a lot of different platforms. See here, I've got all of my Skylanders here. In fact, there are even more Skylanders, but they could not fit on this table. Very unique. Now here's the thing, there's Skylanders here from the other games as well, and the great thing is any of the Skylanders that you guys have in your collection can be used with Skylanders SuperChargers. But with this game, the interesting thing with Skylanders SuperChargers is that technically you don't have to get the starter set. Okay, now this game, again, it's available for many different platforms. I'll include what platforms are available for in the video description. You don't have to technically get the starter set if you in fact already have a portal from past Skylanders games. Actually, if you have a past portal from one of the past games, you could actually just download the game, buy the game, download it. You don't have to spend the full price, and in fact you could get it for a discount if in fact you already have the portal. But let's talk about Skylanders SuperChargers and what exactly it is. So for those of you guys that are unfamiliar with the Skylanders series, in Skylanders, you've got platforming, you've got exploring, you've got unlocking. There's RPG elements where the different characters that you play, you put on the portal, you can not only power them up, make them stronger, but also you can learn new skills. And that's what I've really enjoyed about this series. It's not just like you put the toy on the portal. You can actually gain experience. You can actually get currency and purchase new skills. And some of these skills, once you max out and level these individual characters, it's a blast to play through. And honestly, guys, it takes things to a whole new level in terms of the gameplay. Now, last year, I believe I had mentioned with Skylanders Trap Team on how I had recommended to not play through the campaign on normal mode, and maybe that was just too easy to maybe bump up the difficulty. This time around, the Skylanders SuperChargers, I played through the entire campaign, not on normal mode, not on hard mode, but I put it on the most difficult mode. I put it on nightmare difficulty, and honestly, I think I probably shouldn't have done that. That was way too hard, honestly. In many instances, if my character got hit like 2 or even in a few cases, I think one time my character was toast. And so I probably in the next time around I play through a Skylanders game, I'll probably just put it on hard and not nightmare. Nightmare mode was just really, really challenging. Now, so with Skylanders SuperChargers this year, the new thing that they added to the series is vehicles. You've got vehicles on land, vehicles for sea, and vehicles in the sky. But here's the great thing about this. Last year with Trap Team, there were so many different characters. There were the standard core characters. You had these mini characters. You had the Trap Master characters, and then you had the Trap Crystals. You put in the crystal, and then you could capture villains. There was a whole lot to it, which I really enjoyed Skylanders Trap Team. But this year with SuperChargers, they wanted to simplify it. So you have 20 characters and 20 vehicles, okay? And the cool thing about with SuperChargers is each specific SuperCharger character matches up with its own vehicle. You can match up. You don't have to use that one for the vehicle, but if by chance you have a matchup, say for instance Spitfire goes in his Hot Streak car, that vehicle gets supercharged and takes things to the next level. You supercharge that vehicle. So that could definitely enhances the gameplay. One of the things that I think a lot of people will really appreciate this year with Skylanders SuperChargers is you don't necessarily have to break the bank to explore the entire game. In past Skylanders games, you had to get all these different element types like fire and water and earth and death and all these different elements to be able to explore all the nooks and crannies in the game. With Skylanders SuperChargers, actually, all you really have to do is just get one of each of the vehicles, land, sea, and sky. And then also I would definitely recommend getting a supercharger which you do get a couple different superchargers in your starter pack, and then you can go off and explore. You don't have to get a dozen or 2 dozen to be able to really explore everything, which I think a lot of parents will really appreciate. They won't have to break the bank to explore everything, and also they don't have to get the starter set if they already have a set and they already have the portal. They can just buy the game, download it, and then use the portal they already have, like I already mentioned. So with the vehicles, as I mentioned earlier, there are races that you get to do. Now these races can be used to gain current or resources to upgrade these vehicles. Now, as I mentioned, you can upgrade the characters, but you can also upgrade your vehicles in many different ways. Some of the basics, of course, is you can upgrade the shields, you can upgrade the weapons, but you can also upgrade the engine and also the tires. It's actually pretty detailed, because I enjoyed being able to customize and upgrade the characters, but now I can do that for the vehicles. And which really adds a really nice twist to the game. Now I have to tell you guys, the racing in this game, whether it's on sea, land, or sky, is very fun. And these levels, some of these levels are downright gorgeous, and the amount of design and level of detail really incredible. Not some generic thrown together level or stage. I'm a big fan of Mario Kart. I'm also a big fan of Sonic All-Star Transform Racing, where the Transform Racing for Sonic, you can do sea, land, and air, and that's honestly one of my favorite racing games of all time. I kind of felt a lot of similarity, or felt right at home playing Skylanders SuperChargers, because I was able to race on land and sea and sky. But not just that, there were also boss battles, really challenging boss battles that often took, whether it was sea, land, or sky. Now with Skylanders SuperChargers, one of the new things also they added to the series was online co-op and also online racing, which is definitely welcomed. But honestly, guys, there are so many levels, not just in terms for you to do platforming and exploring, and there's a lot to explore in this game, trust me, but also in terms of all the different racing that you can take part in. And the racing, guys, it is so fun. The gameplay is spot on, and as I mentioned, the frame rate is solid and constant. And honestly, guys, and altogether there's 51 chapters throughout the game, I didn't experience any lag whatsoever. And some of these levels, some of these areas and battles were pretty intense and pretty insane. There was a lot going on, but there was no slowdown or frame rate issues that I experienced whatsoever. One of the things, though, that I do have to say that I did not appreciate, I have to say, some of these levels I would be enjoying and playing through so much, some of these chapters, and I'd be on a roll and I'd be really enjoying myself. And unfortunately, it'd be kind of cut. I felt it would be cut short. I know they had their own level design, but I'd be having a blast playing throughout the level and entering these battles, and all of a sudden I'd be stopped, and I'd have a character go, "Hey, Skylander, I need you to help me over here. Can you do this over here?" And you'd proceed to the next part. And I really wish that some of these areas were just prolonged a little while longer, because some of these, the gameplay is very fun and very enjoyable, especially with co-op. And with co-op, I do have to mention with you guys, of course you have the character you play, but also a vehicle that you can drive in or ride in. If you have a second player, co-op player, the way it works is there's not going to be two vehicles on screen. One of the players is going to control where the car drives, and the other player is going to control control the weapons on the vehicle. So in Skylanders SuperChargers, the story I did enjoy, and what really helped with the story is the excellent voice acting, terrific character models, an amazing soundtrack, and move things along. And there was a whole lot of variety. You're going to meet a whole lot of different characters. You don't have subpar voice acting, so you have this story that's told very well these excellent voice actors. And the character models, again, they look fantastic. I enjoyed the story. There's lots of diverse areas. Of course, you know, you're in the sea, you're in the air, you're on land. Lots of different places, as mentioned. From start to finish, there's 51 chapters. Some of these chapters are pretty short. But yeah, you're going to be traversing all over the place. And after everything's said and done, I overall really enjoyed the whole experience. Overall, guys, I really enjoyed the time that I had with Skylanders SuperChargers. A whole lot of fun. Again, you've got RPG elements, you've got platforming, you've got racing, not just on land, but on sea and in the sky. You've got online co-op, you've got online racing. There's a whole lot of content in this game, and I definitely want to thank the folks at Activision for sending me a review package and also some Skylanders as well to review and check out for you guys. And I really enjoy this series, guys. It's just a whole lot of fun. The gameplay is solid and very addicting. But anyway, guys, as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.